Now, if you can, step back to where you were when you asked that question, and let's go at it again.
Okay, it's separating the, I think you answered it. So the thought, trying to have thoughts, focusing on a thought, or how that thought makes me feel, and choosing the better feeling.
May we ask you a question?
Yeah.
So, do you think you're thinking thoughts just because they're there to be thought? In other words, is the thought thinking you, or is it like the catalog that there it all is and let's just look at something? Or are you reaching for a thought for the productivity that it has, or for the interest that it holds?
Or it's something is presenting itself to me, and
well, that's different.
I'm aware of it, and I'm also aware of how I think about it on the front end is going to dictate how this thing goes, good or bad.
Well, what you just said is you're aware that you have a point of attraction and that the thought came, but with that thought came a feeling. And if the feeling was good, then pursue the thought or continue to ponder it. But if it did not feel good, then change the subject. In other words, catch it in the early stages. This is really good. We have not been here before, so let's just step back and dig into this delicious place. What is the intention in thought? Are you thinking by default, which just means you're walking around with a point of attraction and thoughts are coming to you because your bag of marbles has things that feel good and things that feel bad in it? It could be anything. Or are you looking to focus for a reason? That's the operative question. Are you looking to focus for a reason? So what would be the reasons that you would focus? Well, I want to be productive, I want to be influential, or I want to be interested. So now let's turn it to something really selfish. Productive often is about you want to be productive for someone else's benefit, or so someone else will appreciate you in some way. But let's get really down to the root of this, and let's be really selfish, and let's say, I think that I like to think thoughts that interest me, because there's nothing that feels better to me than momentum. So if I get on a thought where I go this way, this way, this way, this way, no interest is ever going to happen. It's not going to gain any momentum. But if my intention is to find something of interest, so that's why I'm looking to begin with. When Esther walks into a furniture store with her friend or her daughter who is her friend, she will say, we're only looking at lamps. Don't show me a sofa, don't show me a chair, don't show me a table, because I know how that goes. Off we go on tangent after tangent. We're only looking at lamps because I'm interested in a lamp. What we're talking about is deliberately focusing in any moment. Yes? Mm-hmm. When you focus with intention and the dominant, underlying, most emphatic, most important thing, does interest feel good or bad? Isn't interest delicious? Don't you really like to be interested in something? Don't you watch little kids in a room, and as soon as you lower your voices and talk really low, they're interested in what you're saying? They want in on the secret or in on the whatever it is. We think that entrance is like the entryway in to really positive attraction. Could you give an emotion to that? Fascinated, interested, curious, wondering. They're all good feeling. The interest is just an easy way to get into it. So when you're interested in something, then let's step back a little further. Why do I have this interest? Well, friends, we want to say to you, is it because you want to impress somebody else? Not such a good idea. Is it because somebody else asked you about it and you want to report into them? Well, fine. Is it because you like the feeling of interest growing within you? Because you like watching the law of attraction in action? Because you like stepping into it and being focused within it while it gains momentum? So you like to be the receiver of more and more and more and more about it? Do you know what you all like? We're going to get right to it. Do you know what you like? You like being in on the birthing or the advancing of any creation. And that all happens in your mind before it happens with the gathering of things. Every person who has built a relationship, gathered one up, or built an empire, gathered one up, had much more energy flowing before the first land was purchased or the first brick was laid. You've created your things in the vortex. So what we're suggesting is that if you can find good feeling emotions, those good feeling emotions will lead you to to the doorway of your vortex, whereas you snuggle up against it, you will receive the ideas that not are most ripe for you, but you are most ripe to receive. And being in that ripe, ready, receiving mode is the fascination of life that everyone is looking for. That is the way you like to feel. But most people have a stack of catalogs that's the worldwide that just sets you into confusion rather than isolating and identifying how you want to feel. You're with us, aren't you? So what are we getting at? Let's talk about what a feeling of interest feels like. You can throw some things out. You can tell us some things. Esther's interested in, you know what she's been doing on this segment of refreshment? She's selling a property in California, and she's going to move its contents to her house on the property back at the Abraham Hicks Center. And she's been placing furniture. She's been going room by room. There's this piece. Where am I going to put it? Oh, yeah, over there. There's this piece. Where am I going to put it? Over there. Or maybe over there. Maybe over there. And the more she plays the game, the more interested she is. In other words, the house is putting itself together before the mover has even been called. The mover won't be called until her condominium sells. And so there's a whole lot of things. She can't set anything in motion but she set it in motion in her mind. She knows what the building is it'll be moved into. She knows what it looks like. And it's just fascinating to watch this place put it together. Things aren't even going to end up in the logical same kind of rooms. It's not even the same square footage of a place. But it is so interesting. It's interesting. Now, it might not be to you, but it is really interesting to Esther. And therefore, we are proclaiming it is the best use of her time to satisfy herself with something that interests her rather than trying to figure something out. Rather than trying to figure out where's the buyer going to come from, or the interest rate's going to stay where they are long enough, or is her realtor really engaged in the market? And there are all kinds of things that Esther could think about over which she has no control. She has control over where she puts that furniture. And it is really satisfying to think about where she's putting that furniture. So she's positioning herself in this bigger conversation in the way that will most positively influence her point of attraction. So that it sounds weird, but knowing where she's going to put that great big lamp is calling someone to purchase her condo. Because she's so excited about where she's going to put that great big lamp. And she's pretty sure that that rug, really a big rug, is going to fit really nicely in that really big room. And that table that right now is out on the patio is going to look really good over there on that patio. And so the more she focuses and the more momentum she gathers, she could move today and tell the movers where she wants every single thing. If they can get the truck over there, they can place that furniture in a couple of hours. And she's on fire about where she's going. She's not on fire about where she's leaving. She's on fire about where she's going. Where you're going is where all of the juice is, all of the new exciting feelings are. Where you're going is what you're interested in. If you spend your time pondering where you are, because you've lived it, you've liked it, you've got opinions about it. But if you're focused on where you're going, and you're letting the universe help you dovetail, if there are missing places in that house, that furniture is on its way to Esther. Things that she has in storage that she hasn't even thought about occurred to her during this process. It's fascinating because her inner being knows all of the furniture that's in play and where all of it is and where all of it would be best. Esther's been saying for years, houses put themselves together. Your whole life puts itself together. It's like you've gathered up all the ingredients and you've tossed them into the vortex, and the vortex has made the most delicious cake out of them. You're excited about the cake. You're not excited necessarily about the flour and the eggs. It's like that. Now we know we kind of scrambled your brain just a little bit, but this is the conversation about the power of the emotion, the power of finding something to be interested in. When you're trying to fix problems, you're nowhere near that. When you're trying to solve things, you're nowhere near this. When you're trying to control other people, you're nowhere near this. But when you are sincerely looking at something that interests you and you're focused on it until you're on fire. Esther wants to bring the list out. She wants to make a picture board for you. She'd like to put it up on the screen. She'd like you to get in on how great it's going to be when all that stuff is over there. There hasn't been anything that she's thought about in days and days and days that feel this good. And what we're saying to all of you is, it doesn't matter what the subject is. Feeling this good is what matters. So when your kids find something that they're excited about and you say, can't make a living at that, well, you're not a very good mentor. If anybody is excited about something, listen to them. Be the sounding board to listen to their interest grow. When you do that, you are a mentor that is encouraging their relationship with their inner being. And when they hook in, when they tune in, when you allow this energy that creates worlds, and we're not kidding you even a little bit, to flow through you, there is not a subject too mundane to keep you from lighting up over it. So thoughts, schmots, doesn't matter. Subject doesn't matter. Lighting up matters.